Hello, this is the Lion Ben C, bringing you Rogue Lords. I was going to do Cult of the Lamb, but it literally would not allow me to stream that. Can you check and see if I'm actually streaming? So we're going to go down here to an empty slot. We're going to do a new version.
Mortals rose up against me and chased me down. They were led by demon hunters, wretched beings incapable of seeing the beauty of a corrupted world. My creatures and demons gave everything they had in the fight, but it was not enough. I was forced to leave the world of the living. Weakened, I returned to hell to survive. For years, I consumed fresh souls to regain my power, but their numbers are fast diminishing. I cannot wait anymore. I must reclaim my rightful place. It is time to gather my forces once more. Those who signed a pact with me will do as I order. They will spread terror and corruption in my name. The time has come for my revenge.
Underscores. Between each word. Alright, once again, this is the Lion Ben C. We are streaming Rogue Lords, where you play as the devil. This is the Devil's Lair. I was going to play Cult of the Crab, or excuse me, Cult of the Lamb. Excuse me, my buddy's a part of Cult of the Crab. I was going to play Cult of the Lamb, but for some reason you cannot live stream the Xbox One version of it. If you try, it says no. So, we'll be doing this one. Select the map to begin a mission. And this game is actually really fun. It's a roguelike where you are the devil. And you are trying to complete stories and find different stuff. So, this depicts the New World. The demon hunters put an end to your reign in this region 10 years ago. Here's where you choose your missions for your disciples in their quest to avenge you. Overall difficulty: the further you progress in the game, the stronger your adversaries become, and the overall difficulty of the game increases. For the moment, your adversaries are weak, so take advantage of it and hit hard.
Many years ago, I was banished from the terrestrial plane by Van Helsing and his demon hunters. Since then, I have reigned over hell while awaiting the hour of my return. But things are changing. The souls of the deceased no longer descend into hell. Have humans become more virtuous? Or is there a new force conspiring to usurp my power? I recall into service my disciples, powerful beings who once made a pact with me. They can move freely in this region called the New World, where I was undone by Van Helsing. They will find him and exact my revenge upon him.
Now, here your minions are Dracula, the Headless Horseman, and then you get one more. These others you have to unlock. And it's Bloody Mary. So we begin. You control a group of disciples and choose one to represent the group. You navigate from zone to zone by choosing your route on the map. And you've completed a main activity in a zone before you can move on to the next one. So in this case, it's right here. Book chapter, we're going to go ahead and launch that.
Through the renewed link with my disciples, I become aware of the situation in the new world. The demon hunters have increased their hold on the population. They are everywhere, on the roads, in the villages, patrolling and imposing a summary justice. On the other hand, no one has heard of the 6 artifacts stolen from me by Van Helsing during our last confrontation. If he is using them, he does not boast of it. My attention is drawn towards a new religion. The Sanctualumen, as it is called, is increasing its hold on humans. My disciples decide to go to one of its sanctuaries in order to learn more.
So that is what we are doing. We have just done that, the first part, and you can see our map here in the corner that shows all of our book chapters. Now, in this one, our book chapters are pretty straightforward, but later on there'll be a lot of choices you're making throughout this. So we're going into a combat next. Now, Diabolic Essence is your main resource. If you run out, you lose. Essence can be lost during combat or used to boost your influence over the world of the mortals. You are the devil. You get to cheat. And terror. As you accumulate events and combats, the terror you inspire grows. Each increase produces a terror effect on the zones as you move on. For each of the 4 increases, you gain a level of terror, permanently improving your chance to obtain higher rarity skills, and you to receive a relic. You also have souls that you get. In this case, I have 40 souls starting off. Now, as you do this, you have different choices when you go into combat. If you choose a frontal assault, you raise the terror rating of an area. So if you really want to do a lot of terror, you choose a lot of frontal attacks. If you set up an ambush, you get 1 skill at the end to gain more diverse attacks. And attack discreetly gives you more souls that you can spend at the Grim Reaper to get more things. So we're going to do the one they want, which is set up an ambush, which is normally what I do because I like getting the skills. At the beginning of each turn, your enemies announce their actions they are going to launch. You have 5 action points to share among all the disciples. Once you're finished, your enemy gets to do what they announced. Then a new turn begins. So he is going to attack Dracula for 9 damage.
What game are we playing?
Now they want me to use stabbing. All combatants have 2 gauges. The red is health, the blue is spiritual. To kill somebody, you have to get one of their gauges to 0 and then do 1 more type of attack to that. So if I get his health down to 0, I have to do 1 more hit.
I'm parched.
When you use the skill, you deplete its charge. Each disciple has a skill that will let them recharge, and then Dracula has a skill that recharges everybody. I hate that they want me to use this instead of letting me do it myself, but this is the thing.
Ready again.
See, now he's going to attack the Headless Horseman next. He's in a vulnerable state. If he gets 1 more hit from physical, that'll be it.
Another conquest.
it's simple, but
these offerings. Take them.
Now, each type of activity has its own set of specifications. At the end of each combat, you will receive a reward depending on how you win into battle. You will regularly have a choice of the 3 elements during the reward phase. Choose one. So here, I can get the Burst of Anger, I can get Twist of Fate, or I can get Fang Fury. Now, Burst of Anger allows us to inflict 2 times 5 to 8 damage, but it targets all enemies. This Twist of Fate weakens the attack I'm about to get, and this one heals Dracula to allow him to keep fighting. So I think we're going to get Burst of Anger, and we're going to put it in our open slot. Now, if you hit X where it says here, it'll tell you what you're going to. In this case, it's a Styx fountain, which can be used to heal up your essence. Some zones have extra activities. They'll always be in green. It's an optional and can be carried out before or after the main activity. So I could do this one first and then this one, or the other way around. They want us to do the battle first. Later on, these side things can actually be sub-quests. Now, once again, they want me to do the skill one.
Heads will roll tonight.
Yeah. He's about to get hit just for 25. Because 2 different enemies are attacking him. So I'm going to select her. Mary is bloodthirsty, which translates to physical skills that can only target the weakest adversary. She also possesses a mirror, which she can place on somebody, and every attack she does will also do that damage to the person in the mirror that has the mirror behind them. Also, and this is really cool, is it can double damage an opponent if you need it to. So they want me to use her mirror.
Mirror, mirror, who shall die tonight?
Now they want me to select her Twist of Fate.
I want to
And then hit them. So as you can see, they took 2.2 hits. Now the Headless Horseman, his whole thing is, as you can see here, his whole thing is that he can taunt the opponent to make the opponent attack him. And if he takes enough damage, he actually gets a bonus. There are 6 status types: enhancement, protection, cure, maneuver, control, and weakness. And they're all color-coded. So he died from bleeding. And she did a group hit, making Dracula vulnerable. Dracula is a leader of men and was once bloodthirsty warrior. He has earned his longevity through the extreme cautious in potentially deadly situations. This experience has given him a number of skills that benefit from the whole team, but when he becomes vulnerable, the warrior reawakens and some of his skills become devastating. He has a lot of skills that power up because he is vulnerable. Like, you target himself to get these bonuses. Now I can go into devil mode.
Let's change it.
The devil isn't held back by the same rules as mortals. He can cheat the interface. This allows him to modify the health points and spiritual point gauges, recharge skills, move statuses around. So, like, say your opponent is getting a huge boost, you can actually grab it and throw it on one of yours. And I think that's literally what they want us to do. So we're going to go here, and we're going to go give it to Dracula. And it'll cost me 5 essence to do that. And they also want me to slide the health bar. Oh, slide her health bar to 0.
The devil is in the details.
And that'll cost me another 5.
Dice were loaded from the start.
Now, see, they want me to end my turn. When a disciple is vulnerable and is about to suffer damage, the devil protects it at the cost of as many diabolic essence as the inflicted damage. So if they're going to do 10 damage, I pay 10 influence. This is how you die in this game. And it says, finish your fight. Now, he has a special move.
What's keeping you from ridding us of this vermin, disciples?
And we
Another
finish it.
night, another conquest.
Now, a lot of characters have skills have 3 levels of rarity: ordinary, wicked, and demonic. If you get 3 of the same rarity, they combine to become 1 better. And if you notice, these are all the most basic ones. So we'll do it with his, because his is actually the strongest with 7 to 12 hit points, apply 1 bleeding. So we're going to do his. And they are now. And now we place it in an open slot. And now it's 12 to 17 damage and
With
2
that,
bleeding.
The humans will finally submit to my yoke.
And now he gets another one. He can steal a maneuver and inflict damage. He can heal himself. Or he can raise his maxes, but he'll take a little bit of damage from it. Or he can remove a protection to give +2 damage to all his disciples. So literally you can use his first skill to give him a protection, then use tactical analysis to remove that protection to power up everybody. That's the one we're going to do. And now we're going to go down here, because now we actually have a reason. You can smell the noxious waters of the Styx before you even see the source. And you can observe the scene. By hitting Y. And then you see the waters of the Styx bubble up. You can use them to regenerate your diabolic essence, or you can actually remove negative effects.
The waters of the Styx offer invincibility.
See, if you have a negative trait that your disciples have gotten, you'd be able to remove it. But we're going to do this one. We are back up to 50. So this is going to be an event. Book means event.
I hear the murmurs of the trees. They're fed up with humans. Let us answer their prayers.
Now, in this one, main activity, complete this activity to move on. Choose a disciple, and they're going to get a bonus. Now, the social tests they're going to have to do is ruse and scare. So if you hit X, it will show you what all your stats are. If we do it with Dracula, he'll get the playful bonus, which is +2 to temptation, +2 to ruse, and +5 to his spiritual points. This is who they want us to use. It'll give us Ruffian, which gives us +8 more health and +1 to his physical damage. That is a permanent +1 boost while you're in this story. And since almost all his attacks are physical, this is a huge boon to him. And hers is +10 to max health. She has the lowest amount of health, so that's really good. And +1 to her scare rating. Or, correction, +2 to her scare rating. But we're going to do the one that they want us to do. Your disciples stumble upon a young man shooting at a straw target with a crossbow. He's startled when he notices them and points his weapon in their direction. You are, I recognize you. My master told me about you. You're the devil's emissaries. I'm going to annihilate you and become a legend in my own time. I will be the greatest demon hunter ever. Despite his boasting, he can barely hide the fact that he's shaking in his boots. You almost feel sorry for him, but his naivete annoys you. There must be a way to use him to your advantage. You can hit Y. You have to hit Y to observe him. This kid already fancies himself the new Van Helsing, even though he's never looked evil in the face before a few minutes ago. Time has come to let him taste the secret horrors only you know. So you click on him, looks the kid up and down suspiciously. Now, here you have abilities to do stuff. You can just kill him outright. You could use a ruse to turn the apprentice against the demon hunters, or you can scare him to terrorize him. The more full this bar is, the easier it is. Now, they want you to use the Devil's Essence to make this one as easy as possible, or to make this one 100%.
My power is absolute.
So, we're going to do this because that's what they want us to do. We're going to scare him. Infiltrates the apprentice's mind to make his worst nightmares come true. Shadow creatures begin crawling on the ground around him and over his skin. Anything goes when it comes to accomplishing my mission, even magic. At my age, it's very hard to impress. Congratulations. It's a soldier's duty to master all the weapons in his arsenal.
Not my head, but it'll do.
So now, because they had a conversation, they got another bonus. He got obstinate. +2 to his occultism, +2 to his health, +6 to his health, +6 to his spiritual health.
Knowledge is power.
And he got apprentice, which gave him +1 to occultism and +6 to his hit points.
It's not my head, but it'll do.
And then he also got intriguing, temptation, and +4 spiritual points. They can react to what you're doing. If it's green, it's going to be positive. If it's red, it's going to be a negative. Livid with terror, the apprentice hunter tries to kill them, but they are all illusions and he can't even touch them. Finally, he falls to his knees before your disciple. Have pity, make them stop, I'll do whatever you want. He's at your mercy. What do you want to do with him? You could send him off to share his nightmare with the others, which will raise your terror in the area, or you can force him to betray the others. Of course, being the devil, we're going to force betrayal. Explains to him that the only way to make the creatures disappear is by killing the other demon hunters he knows. Without second's hesitation, the apprentice takes off running for the closest demon hunter refuge. It won't be long before the souls of the accused upstarts are among your subjects.
Scream as loud as you can, condemned souls. I'm the only one who can hear you.
So because you had him go kill innocent people, you got 300 souls from it.
Not my head, but
And all those other bonuses were on top of the ruffian bonus we went in here to get. And if you fail, you could get a negative trait, which you have to get rid of at a Styx fountain. This is the main page of the spellbook, which shows you the current state of each of your disciples, including skills, combat, and social characteristic traits and relics. So, and then you can go over to the devil. On the second page, the spellbook shows you the relics you possess that are not linked to a specific disciple and details of your demonic powers. So, like, if you ever want to know what you can do, this is where you do it. When you hit X, the explanation boxes will stay up, but if you hit X again, they'll go away. So if you don't want a lot of clutter. So, as you can see, because of Apprentice, he now has 31 max hit points. And his occultism is a little bit better. You can also set him as the leader. Right now I have the Headless Horseman. This is basically who's running around on the map. See, he got a bunch of them. Physical damage, occult, temptation, spiritual power, and hit points. And she doesn't have any. So this is going to be the Grim Reaper. That the symbol of a screaming skull is the Grim Reaper. We run up here, and this is our shop. He can do many other things.
Ah, a conductor of souls. All those
He can
souls I harvested will finally be of use.
He can sell us items. Now, if you see a oh, I have to buy a skill. This top one is relics, and we'll get into that in a second. We're going to buy his to power that up. So it went from 3 to 8 to 8 to 15.
With that, the humans will finally.
And he also gets a special one. Shadow Hook, which inflicts spiritual damage instead of physical damage. Bite, which does physical damage, and then apply 2 exhaustion, remove a protection, plus 2 damage to disciples for each status removed. So once again, you can use him to mass power up everybody just like you do with the other one. Hey, dragon. So we're going to do Bite. And now they want us to buy a relic. Okay, so this relic is Zephyr. It will be applied to Bloody Mary. And its special thing is the holder begins combat with +2 haste, automatically recharges the skills used. So for the first 2 rounds, she will be able to use a skill and then immediately reuse it on the next turn. Or you can get the Cursed Helmet, which gives him +1 max AP. So you'll have 6 AP instead of 5, so you can do more things, but it automatically doubles the damage he takes. And this will go on to Dracula. And then there's also the Devil's Blood. All your disciples earn a +2 in all their social characteristics. This is a blanket one that affects everybody. So they want me to buy Zephyr, so we will. One way to upgrade the rarity of a skill is to leave with the Grim Reaper. When I get to see the Grim Reaper again, he will power it up. It will be powered up to the next level. So they want me to do that. We're going to go to her, and we're going to power up her blade. Now, before they make me leave, it says end this encounter, but I need to get... they won't let me actually do half the stuff I want to do. I hate this. It's very annoying sometimes in this. When you're in the tutorial, it won't let you step beyond what they want. And then this is the book chapter. The flags are book chapters. So that's how you advance in the game.
Destroy it. My disciples enter the Sanctualumen Sanctuary and determine that it has well and truly replaced the old religions. Priest and warrior monks trained to fight the creatures of the night. Vampires and werewolves rot in silver cages. My disciples swoop upon this new enemy, and soon lifeless bodies litter the sanctuary's floor. A handful of survivors are charged with spreading the word of my return. We then leave for the last known bastion of Van Helsing.
Now, this is the first time you actually have a choice. If you go this way, it's a battle. Now, if you look at your map, if you go this way, you have a combat. You have a combat here, or you have an event. Now, this combat will lead to an event, which will lead to another combat, which leads to the Strix. But over here will lead to the Grim Reaper. We left the skill with the Grim Reaper. That's where we want to go. But it's our choice. Do we go for the event or the combat? We're going to go for the event. And you see a number of pyres along the road. It looks as if those who practice witchcraft... humanity is rising against you. The following effect will be infected in the zones where you see this color. In this case, the Grim Reaper. Upon arrival in this zone, the devil loses 10 of his max power. And that is unavoidable because of the route we took. Bad thing is, you didn't know that was going to happen until you did.
Calm. Let us sow chaos in their midst. It's high time I interfered.
Now, what they're having me do is to not lose the 10 max, I have to avoid the Grim Reaper. But that means that I can't get the skill I left with the Grim Reaper. which just is horrible. Okay, event. I need ruse and stealth. Once again, we can pop this open to see what our stealth is. So he doesn't have a lot of stealth. He only has 2 stealth, 3 scare. His ruse is 4 though. If we do this, he'll get more stealth, he'll get more scare, and he'll get +2 to his physical damage, which isn't bad. He will get the exact same thing. Where this one will get 3 ruse, +1 to physical damage, and also more spiritual health. And her stealth is hella huge. So I think we're going to go with this one.
That looks like fun.
The Sanctum Lumen's men are inside the walls of Blackfort, preparing to submit the villagers to the question. They are confident that several witches live in the area, and they're right. These fanatics of the light seem willing to do whatever it takes to eliminate the witches. With a little push from you, they might burn Blackfort and all its inhabitants. But there might be a more subtle way to use them to also allow you to save the witches. The entire population of Blackfort is waiting in the central square, closely watching the Inquisitors. It's easy to mix in with the crowd, but almost impossible to escape it. The Sanctum Lumen has done a good job. The witches are trapped, and just a question of time before they are discovered. Your disciples mix in with the crowd. Both the best hiding place and the best position for which to influence the going on of Bloody Mary to act on. You can study how they work, which will help you later. You can accuse a group of innocent bystanders if your ruse is high enough. Or you can help the witches escape if your stealth is high enough. This is the easy one. This is the hard one. As you can see, even though I have a 6 in stealth, it's not considered great. And because I only have a 1 in ruse, it's a lot harder. But this is what this is for.
The limit to my power is my imagination.
Takes advantage of the crowd's agitation to help the witches escape from the Sanctum Lumen. Once outside the town walls, they recognize Bloody Mary as one of your precious disciples. They immediately fall to their knees before her and offer up all their possessions of value to thank her.
These relics are potent enough to contain.
So now we got
power.
some relics. The first one, for every 10 skills played, the last disciple to have played receives superpower. Doubles their inflicted damage when the next time they hit. Dreamcatcher, each time you sacrifice a skill, you earn 80 souls. And Temporal Ruby, at the end of each turn, keep up to 5 unused AP for the next round. Or take nothing and get 20 souls. I'm going to take the Temporal Ruby.
Really? It's for me?
See, and it lucked out because the additional thing here is the Grim Reaper, which is of course set up that way for the tutorial.
Take everything you can.
So now she does 2 damage with 7 to 9.
A conductor of souls. All those innocent souls I harvested will finally be of use.
So we're going to go here because we are going to power her stabbing up to go to 14 to 21.
Simple mortal
And she-
trinkets. You'd better find a use for them.
So we actually have some really good attacks here. Now, another way you can build her, I'm not doing it this run, but sometimes a way you can build Bloody Mary is to do a lot of spiritual damage. But that's not what I'm doing with this one. So we're going to do Deadly Gash. So now we have these relics. And that's really what we want to power up. So we have the Cursed Apple. The holder earns +2 to all their social characteristics. Each time the holder passes a social test, you earn +8 diabolical essence. So it's a way to replenish your essence with doing social stuff. And that will go on to Dracula. And the other one is Demonic Sting. When acquired, the holder gains +4 physical damage, but also 2 times -5 max SP in the form of traits. So, does a lot more physical damage, but can get taken out, or is weaker in the spiritual points. So actually, that's a way they can lose. So we're going to take the Cursed Apple.
Knowledge is power.
And so he gets the Cursed Apple +2 to all those. And we're going to get one more. We're going to get this one. Ooh. No, we're not. I don't have a slot for him to get one. And then if we get another one, that'll level up. So now we're going to go ahead and leave. You can also give him the stuff to power up. Omnipotence is a great one because it powers up everything. And he needs Ruse and Occultism, which both his Ruse and Occultism are pretty high. This will power up spiritual damage, which he doesn't have any. And then this will do both of those stats, but we're going to do Omnipotent. Which, honestly, if you get an Omnipotent, you really want to take it. As they enter the makeshift camp cemetery, your disciples notice something strange. A huge pile of corpses. They come closer to examine the mystery. The gravedigger calls out to them. This is also the start of the secondary mission that's going on. If you come in to drop off a body, walk right back out and put it in the common grave. With the damn white plague ravaging the countryside, I don't have any space for the new residents. And the worst part of all that, of all these plague-infected bodies, don't rot. There has been some dark magic at work for somewhere. I'm sure of it. I'll give anything to get rid of all these bodies. The gravedigger isn't joking around when he says the cemetery is full. There are more tombstones than there are trees in the forest, and the graves are so full that each one forms a small burial mound. The pile of corpses include men, women, young and old. It seems like an epidemic spared no one. They're all pale as ghosts, as if they have been drained of all their blood. That's why it's being called the White Plague. The gravedigger looks nervously at your disciple. You can make a pact with him, examine the corpses more closely, and harvest the souls of the dead. We're going to examine the corpse because we are eventually going to be going through these missions to figure out what the White Plague is. The gravedigger isn't lying. The bodies look as fresh as the day they died. Unknown magic dwells beneath their skins. You should be able to withdraw it. I could absorb the magic, or I could create a talisman.
Want something done right?
So
do it yourself.
We're gonna spend 10 to make sure that I get
My imagination.
the talisman.
Now the mortals can do nothing to stop me.
I get 8 because of that. Dracula rips open the flesh to extract the heart from which the magic seems to emanate. He extracts as much magic as possible in order to create a demonic talisman of extraordinary power. Terrified by the spectacle he just witnessed, the gravedigger flees the cemetery. Your disciples let him escape. It's his reward for establishing the creation of this new relic.
That such a powerful relic was hidden in this rat hole.
So I can do Scapegoat. Whenever you are about to suffer damage, expect it to deal the final blow to the devil, he becomes invulnerable until the start of the next round. So basically, if I'm gonna die, Scapegoat takes the hit for me. Recruit 15 extra Diabolic Essence at the Fountains of the Styx or the Dreamcatcher. We're going to do the Netherworld Catalyzer. Why? Because the next place we're going is to a Fountain of Styx.
Is power.
So we have one battle that we have to do, and then we're going to be going to a...
There's an altar to the light not far off. I can't bear its presence.
So here we go. Now we're going to set up an ambush because we're going to do... we're getting skills right now. Okay, they're doing spiritual damage. So, first things first, we are going to...
Mirror, mirror, who shall die tonight?
Now, because of the thing I have, I can go like this.
Hold anything back. I'll do likewise.
And so now I have even more.
Sharpened to perfection.
I don't know if anybody has a single... Oh, he does.
Those who do not submit must die. Simple mortal trinkets. You'd better find a use for them.
Now, if you notice, you will see these things, these green words on the side. These are actually special things, like focalization. This skill applies an alteration of 2 per charge of bitterness. Every time he's hit, he gets 1 bitter. So by using Secret Boot, it basically forces everybody to focus on him, or doesn't make everybody focus on him, but if they hit him, they do less damage equal to how many bitterness he has, and because of the way bitterness works, he's constantly getting a better decrease. Mirror Blade, I already have the next level up on that one. But it has Bloodthirsty. This skill can only target the adversary with the least amount of HP. And then the last one is Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, where you will steal both hit points and spiritual points. But it's a conclusion, so literally using it ends the turn. But we're going to go ahead and get it. So now we're going to go up here.
I hate fields. I'd love to see them burn.
And because we don't have any negative traits,
the waters of the Styx offer invincibility.
We're going to max ourselves back up to 50, so we are ready for the fight that's coming up. Now, this is final combat. This is the end of the book.
Structure. Humans are always trying
to
raise themselves above their mortal echelon.
You've reached the boss of the area. All you have to do is defeat them. Just like Red Threads, there will never be secondary activities in this zone. Book will always end with the final combat, and each book has its own boost. Or has its own boss, excuse me. I misread that.
I guide my disciples to Van Helsing's lair. He is there, surrounded by his men. He is waiting for us. The news of my return does not seem to have shaken him. And so battle is engaged.
Now, the big thing about this one is you can't win this fight.
Van Helsing. Finally, we meet again. Prepare to suffer an eternity of torment, mortal.
Yeah, as you can see, like, they're going to do massive amounts of damage to me.
Listening, master. Oh.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. You are going to lose this fight.
Severe punishments await you.
I mean, he's fighting me with a Gatling gun.
Van Helsing brushed them aside with the swipe of a hand. What a humiliation. The growing influence of the Sanctuary Lumen has sapped my strength. I order my disciples to retreat towards a location from where we shall launch a different kind of attack.
Now, like I said, you are supposed to lose that fight. I honestly do not think you can win.
A weapon for my disciples.
But I unlocked skills and relics that appear in the following books. Dracula's Midnight Kiss. Finish the tutorial. You can now access all tutorials once you are in the book via the pause menu. Beginning your reconquest of the world of the living right now on the map of the new world. So there's actually a couple of different things in here. One is this.
Van Helsing. Not only did
he
humiliate me, he deprived me of my powers.
This is the Altar of Conquest. Here you can follow your progress through all the stories. You can also move forward different stuff. So, Grayon's Claw is the first one we're doing. This is also where you can see all achievements. When you earn an achievement, you can get things like new relics, new skills, and even new people like Lilith. Like, beating the Claw unlocks Lilith for you. And other characters you can unlock are the White Lady, Dr. Frankenstein, the Creature, so the next level, when we hit level 2, we will earn a new skill for the Headless Horseman, mental warm-up. Level 3, we'll get the White Lady. We'll get some new relics. Yeah, Baron Samedi is a character, so you can get a voodoo. That's kind of awesome. Hecate is a character you can get. And then your statistics for how many enemies you defeated, how many souls you've had, and stuff like that.
I don't have many disciples left to send to the surface. My influence is a mere shadow of what it was before. I must assemble my followers.
Here you can find everything you need to know about the different disciples and who they are sealed the packs, including their combat characteristics, social characteristics, and things like that. Only unlocked ones can be shown.
Left to send to the surface. My influence is...
This is Dracula. In here, it's all his skills, including the ones you haven't unlocked yet. So, like, we don't have Predator's Reflex unlocked, Ancient Inspiration, or Death to Traitors. And he has 2 relics that are basically his relics. The first is the Old Portrait. Each time he uses his recharge, Dracula gains +2 damage for this turn per a skill he's recharged, so he can become actually very strong. And the other one is the Midnight Charm. If he becomes vulnerable, he gains dodges. And then these are his initial skills. The Headless Horseman, whose special things are Shield from the Army of the Dead, and Mortuary Stimulants. And then Bloody Mary, whose are the Bloody Metronome and the Pocket Mirror. The Pocket Mirror is really the one you want more than anything else, because it applies her special mirror at the beginning of every combat. So now we're doing the Claw of Greyon.
The Claw of Geryon, cut from the creature of the same name, drives out all inspiration from anyone who enters into contact with it. It is thus an object that humans consider to be cursed, and they do not keep it for long. Finding it will not be easy. My informers on Earth heard talk of a poet lacking inspiration who had received a visit from the Sanctuary Lumen. My disciples will begin there.
So, and because I only have these 3 disciples, that's what we're starting with. So, begin. So, we start our book chapter.
My disciples go to the home of a poet suffering from creative impotence. Apparently, this insignificant individual had received a visit from the Sanctuary Lumen, an occurrence that immediately aroused our interest. Hoping to find here the point of departure in their quest for the Claw of Geryon, they enter the rundown hut and find a young man ferociously tearing up pages covered in crossings out. He unquestionably bears the mark of Geryon. He tells us how men of the Sanctuary Lumen suddenly burst in, took the claw, and immediately left for the town of Perret. That is where my disciples will go.
So that's the way we're going.
The people fear me once again. That is how it should be.
Terra effects appear on all zones in a line and depend on the type of zone that they affect. Each terror effect increases your terror gauge by 1 point. For every 4 points gained, you will gain a level of terror, increasing your chances of obtaining wicked skills and receiving a relic. So, we have an event. The chosen disciple will earn a second random trait when the event is over. So not only do they get the one that you chose, they'll get more, and if there's interaction, they'll get even more. You can literally walk out of there with 4 or 5 traits. On Styx, upon arriving, you're going to get 60 souls. Just boom, here's 60 souls. Or the battle, upon arrival in this zone, the devil receives 10 essence and max essence. So if I go over to where the combat is, it will give me more permanent essence. So I'll have 60. So we have to decide that. It's a little bit ahead of us, but we will have to decide which way we are going. So we start off with all this with 3 combats. Now, if I want the bonus essence, I have to go this way. If I want the bonus trait, I have to go this way. And for Styx, I can actually go to either one of these. We're going to go this way into this one right here, the far right. Now, if I do frontal attack, I can actually have another terror event. Or I can get a skill, or I can get some souls. I'm going to get a terror effect this time, and then when we get up to the next one, I'm going to set up for the ambush. So we're going to do a frontal attack on this one to get us some more terror events.
I'm terribly sorry, but it seems your time has come.
All right. First, let's have him. That was not a good hit. And did nothing to her. That's not good for the home team.
Hold anything back. I'll do likewise. That duel is coming to its close.
So we're going to end there. He gave us a fracture. So if I go over here, so if he gets any damage, it'll go up by 3. That's why it says 27 above him, because he's going to get hit 3 times and it's going to do a ton of damage to him.
I'm listening, Master. Darkness makes me stronger.
Who should I kill? Hunger!
What game are we playing? Mirror, mirror. Who shall die tonight?
We're going to put the mirror on him, and then we're going to do this.
I want to dance.
Those humans didn't have a chance. Screams of terror.
So,
Such sweet music to my ears.
upon arrival in this zone, so if we go to the ones that we actually can do, if we keep going up, so we are going to so we're not going to do the essence. We're going to go up this way. We're going to get the first event to get the bonus. Then we're going to do a combat here. So we are going to do ambush to get a skill.
I'm terribly sorry, but it seems your time has come.
Alright.
Hunger!
What game are we playing? I want to dance.
I'm parched.
What game are we playing?
Yeah, see, now he's got like a whole bunch of special abilities. He does more damage when he's inflicting skills. He reduces the loss of hit points by 6. And he cannot receive any statuses. Well, we're not going to have that happening. So we're going to go put this on her.
The dice were loaded from the start.
Who should I kill? Who should I kill?
Just the kind of bloodbath I enjoy. Let's get down to business.
And we're going to go ahead and fully heal her again.
Mirror, mirror, who shall die tonight?
Who should I kill? Hunger!
It needs a bitterness of 5. I only have a bitterness of 3.
I'm listening, Master.
Has permission to die.
What game are we playing?
I feed in the darkness. I'm parched.
Yeah.
What game are we playing?
My power is invincible. I am pleased with these offerings. Take them.
So we have 2 vampire, 2 Dracula ones, and 1 Bloody Mary. The first one, Survival Instinct. If Dracula is vulnerable, the effects of the skill are repeated a second time. Depression at the beginning and end of the turn, suffer 4 to 6 spiritual damage. Remove as many spiritual points. So it literally starts destroying you. And then Spirit of the Night just inflicts 1 times 2 to 3 spiritual damage. Not a whole lot. And then Relentless is steals, replenishes her spiritual stuff. This is why I say Bloody Mary can become a devastating spiritualist. But I think we're going to go Soulbreaker for this one. So I could use
It's high time I interfered. prudent from the start.
So we're not going to go to that combat next. We're going to go over here because we're going to go to the spiritual altar.
It's not my head.
And we discover a trait. We got Talented, which gives him +4 max health, +4 spiritual points, +1 physical damage, and +1 spiritual damage. That is very, very good for him. And now we have a Sacrificial Altar over here. Make sure I don't see anything else. And what you can do here is you can sacrifice a skill to unlock a new skill slot.
I give, I get.
So I don't use it a lot, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of this one. Confirm.
I am pleased with these offerings.
And now he gets a new attack to go with it. And because I have that one that inflicts depression, we're going to take Shadow Hook. And we have the Grim Reaper right up ahead. We only have 40 souls. We don't have a lot of souls. Oh, we have an event, though. That might actually get us some. Let's see. Alright, Occultism is what we need. He has an Occultism of 4. Ooh, and he'll get more spiritual damage, which is kind of what he's aiming for. We're going to do it with... We're going to do it with Dracula. When your disciples enter the walls of Berdame, the streets are strangely quiet, as if the city was deserted. They find villagers laying about the main square in a deep sleep, or what it will look like until your disciples get closer and realize that none of them are breathing. These are corpses. Your disciples are annoyed that they were no part in this massacre. You have no idea what powers could have caused the deaths of so many humans in such a bizarre manner. You do know, however, that they could frustrate your plans. Dracula wants to contact the spirits of the dead and make them answer his questions. I can capture the souls of the dead, which will give me a massive boost, or I can force the dead to answer questions, which would give us more knowledge of what went on here, which could open up a secondary mission. But because the Grim Reaper is right here, I'm going to be doing the souls. You don't care about human problems. The only thing you're interested in is what happened to their souls when they die, and all the human souls have been served up to you on a platter. You can just scoop them up to boost your power.
Fresh souls to take.
Not a whole lot, only 23, so we only have a max of 63, but that's okay because
the conductor of souls finally deigns to show himself. Don't make him wait.
So one of the things I could do is I could get another of the depression and then later on get a third one, and that would give me the evolution. Animal instincts. All the disciples get 3 sharpening, which increases how much damage they inflict with skills. And it recharges 1 random skill. Or I can get some of these points to make him, to eventually upgrade his bleeding. Same thing with her stabbing. And then the only relic I can afford is the Shadow Shroud. The holder earns +2 to all their social characteristics. Each time they pass a social test, you earn 30 souls. So it would make her better, and it would give me more souls in the long run. I think we're going to go for the souls.
Really? It's for me?
Now we have one... Your disciples observe numerous footprints in the mud. As they approach, they can sense that somebody's ahead. Now, if I go into that one, I will lose 10 max and go back down to 50. And if I go into the other one, same thing. So I can't do those.
Be on your guard, disciples. Even you are not impervious to the snares of this swamp. Ah, the sticks.
So we're going to get up to our max again. And now we're in the next part of the... ends the chapter and starts the next one.
Of the trees. They're fed up with humans. Let us up. My disciples enter Pere. They approach the main square, from where they can hear loud voices. Residents are shouting a name, hope etched on their faces. Caleb, Caleb. The Sanctua Lumen is there, and among them a man holding the claw of Geryon in his bare hand. He raises the claw, and the townsfolk go silent. With a sweeping movement, he brings the artifact down upon his arm. No blood flows from the deep gash. A respectful murmur is heard. The wound closes. He speaks. Serve the Sanctua Lumen, and you will be rewarded. I immediately understand the true nature of this Caleb. He is an imitation human. I revealed to my disciples the existence of a puppeteer specialized in automaton who once made a pact with me. They will find him in the town of Capellion.
So that's the next thing we're going to do.
Is only beginning.
And we have some stuff going on. 30% chance to pass the event test, which is the same one that has the purple on. Upon arrival, you gain 10 max essence. In the same zone, you're going to lose 10 max essence. So I wonder if they cancel each other out. And then upon arrival in this zone, you discover a trait of one of your disciples. So we are going to go to this altar. Just like before.
Putrid smell. That deathly silence. I feel right at home.
So once again, we're going to a sacrificial altar. We're going to do a sacrifice this time for... And... we're going to sacrifice Slash.
Take everything you can.
And we're going to get Unguard, which means that he's not going to have a lot of power-ups or a lot of combat options right now, but he will here in a little bit. So we go through here, and we're going to get the Terror.
Knowledge is power.
More spiritual damage, more spiritual points, and temptation. This is all good. Alright, need temptation and ruse. His temptation is 7. his is 2 and hers is 4. But we're going to do it with her.
Oh, that looks like fun.
A strange traveler plays a flute, crosses paths with your disciples. Behind him is an obedient column of rats, entranced by his music, the Pied Piper. The rat procession reminds you of human legends of a man who became the king of the rats. Maybe you stumble upon the artifact he used to control his subjects. The flute's powers seem to emanate from his instrument. Bloody Mary could easily absorb it, but the rats might be a problem if you don't take care of them first. Hail the traveler, take the flutes, force the rats to revolt against their master. If you hail the traveler, you can kind of talk to him and see.
Let's get
But
down to business.
I'm going to go ahead and do this and make it perfect.
Finally, fresh souls to talk.
Bloody Mary easily breaks the spell of the flute's primitive magics, freeing the rats from their mental prison. The horde attacks its former master and devour him. When the creatures finally leave, his bones have been licked clean. Bloody Mary just has to pick up the flute and absorb its powers.
Evil will not spread by itself.
Now, 7 years bad luck is probably one of the best skills she has, especially if you're going to make her an SP fighter, because of the applied depression, and combined with her mirror can do massive amounts of spiritual damage. That's not what I'm doing with her, though. So we are going to do Wicked Cut, because I'm using her as a physical attacker, not a spiritual attacker.
Really? It's for me?
No one stands.
There's good in the reason. So if you go into that one, it'll double how much essence it costs for everything.
Many humans lie
Oh,
dead among
we
the
have
roots
an-
of these trees. I quite like this place.
We want to do this event. Gives more spiritual damage. Ooh, this gives physical damage, and that's what we're going to do. And it needs stealth, which she has an 8 in stealth. Her stealth is pretty good to begin with. A malign fountain with waters as red as blood stand in the side of the road. The Sanctum Lumen priestesses encircle it, engrossed in a purification ritual. You have to act fast if you wish to stop them from lifting the curse. The Sanctum Lumen is trying to appropriate this fountain, as it does with all the magical ruins that date from before your exile. Their thirst for power is almost as strong as your own. The priestesses are absorbed in their ritual. Bloody Mary could stab them in the back. And because of how stealthy she is, this is an easy stab.
Souls rotten with vice. Oh, they shall be very useful.
Quick and effective, Bloody Mary slides up behind the priestess and slays them in silence. The mortals are dead and long before they realize what is happening. Once you've gotten rid of the priestess, you turn your attention to the malevolent fountain. You stop the ritual in time, and even better, the blood of your enemies will strengthen the curse. With time, the fountain's evil will overflow and contaminate the entire region. Villages and farms will be engulfed in misery, but Bloody Mary can still drink from it to gain strength. I can drink from the fountain, or I can let the curse continue. I'm going to let the curse continue. You leave the venomous fountain to spread its dark magic. It is only a few minutes. All the vegetation around the basin has wilted. Within a few hours, the humans in the area will have suffered
My
the same
influence
fate.
is growing.
Which gives us more terror, which now doubles the number of skills to be 1, or upon arrival in the area, he gets 10 essence and 10 max essence.
Really? It's for me?
Your hold over the world is growing.
Such a powerful relic
You gain more because I got up to terror level 2. The Corrupted Talisman. All of your disciples earn +3 damage. Your current and max diabolical essence becomes 30. So it cuts my shit in half, but it makes everybody more powerful. If none of the disciples recharge for 1 turn, all the disciples earn +2 damage. And Punishing Nails, which Dracula will get, the holder recharges skill can no longer recharge their skills, but they get +2 skill recharges at the beginning of each turn. So he can still charge everybody, but he cannot recharge himself. We're going to do Predator Instincts.
There's nothing like the vile waters.
So now we're going to go up here. We're going to get even more essence. And we're going to go see what the Grim Reaper has.
The Conductor of Souls finally deigns to show himself. Don't make him wait.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't get the Bloody Cleaver, which each time a disciple passes a social test, they earn +2 physical damage. The Soul Stone, which would raise me up to 90 essence. Or the Chalice of Blood. But we're going to go ahead and do this so we can confirm it. Get him up to... and then hopefully get ourselves an attack.
You'd better find a use for them.
We're going to go ahead and get Mirror Blade powered up. And then we're going to get out of here. Now we have a major fight coming up here. This is an elite combat. So this will be elite rank 1. But as you go up in chapters, they become even more powerful. I am in chapter 2 right now, so it'll still be the lower one.
Hillocks and fields as far as the eye can see. This scene lacks chaos.
I'm terribly sorry, but it seems your time has come.
All right.
What game are we playing? Mirror, mirror, who shall die tonight? I'm going to...
Ooh, not good for the home team. This guy is going to be healing himself.
I'm parched.
On guard.
I'm parched.
Alright, I need him to do the power up.
Darkness makes me stronger.
What game are we playing?
Oh, he's provoking everybody to make sure that I attack him.
Do it yourself.
Can't have him doing that.
The devil is in the detail. You want something
Oh,
done right,
that didn't work.
Do it yourself. The dice were loaded from the start.
There we go.
Dirt tastes like. Oh, you're going to love it.
I'm parched.
Your head is mine.
What game are we playing?
Your end is near.
Who should I kill?
Okay. And this is why he's a...
On guard.
What game are we playing?
Yeah, see, right now they're all at 6 because the 2 power that they get every turn from my relic is generic. So they're always getting stronger.
What game are we playing? Mirror, mirror. Who shall die tonight?
I'm parched.
game are we playing? I want to
It seems I got carried away. Here I am, ready again. I'm listening, Master.
Who should I kill? Don't worry. The blade is sharpened to perfection.
Humans are such frail creatures.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, obviously elite battles are a lot
These
harder.
relics will only make our conquest more bloody. Perfect.
Ooh, and it's literally one of their specific ones. But the pocket mirror is hands down the best one. And now we go into the next story. Hold on. Alright, here we go.
My disciples enter Capillion and find the puppeteer's shop. He knows how to make a mortal out of an imitation human. Give him a soul. To do this, he gives us a wooden puppet with a hollowed cavity. If my disciples remove a fragment from Caleb and place it in the cavity with a fragment removed from another human being, they will then be able to send the person's soul into Caleb's body, making him mortal. As for the perfect soul, the puppeteer suggests that we visit a sanctuary of the Sanctua Lumen, close to Junction. Intrigued, my disciples and I decide to follow his advice. Fear my rage.
Alright. Once again, get 10, which will put me up to 80. When you choose to heal yourself, you get all your essence back and increase your max essence by 10. So I can get to 80 by either one, or flat out 60 souls. Do I want the 60 souls, or do I want to heal and get to 80? I think I'm going to do this because it'll give me actually 90 souls.
Finally.
Because I got that, and then once I'm done with this event, I'm going to get more. Need Scare and Occultism. Scare is 10. Ooh, but that's a plus 3 to physical damage. I think we're gonna have to do Ronnie. A massive crowd is gathered by the courtyard in front of the new fort sanctuary. Priestesses are blessing the entire population of the village in a huge purification ceremony. This is the perfect opportunity to spread some evil, but you have to be careful of the priestesses who are there to ensure that the ritual goes off without a hitch. Sancta Lumen priestesses guarantee the purity of souls. They perform purification ceremonies, pass sacred knowledge down to the children, and exorcise contaminated souls. Without them, you'd be welcoming a lot more residents into hell. For every priestess you eliminate, your realm will become a little richer. The Headless Horseman blends in with the crowd. How does he do that? He's headless. So he can manipulate it. I could harvest their souls directly, deviate the ceremony, create a wave of panic, or turn the crowd against them. Ooh, decisions. I'm going to try to do this one because it's 80%. I got a pretty good chance of doing it. So we're going to create the wave of panic.
You give the orders, I carry them out.
Success. Headless Horseman distorts the villagers' senses so that the priestess ceremony looks like a demonic ritual. The crowd is instantly in turmoil. The priestesses try to soothe the assembly, but their actions only feed the villagers' paranoia. Many deaths will be counted before the night is over, and the survivals will never go near a sanctuary again.
Will all bow down before me.
And you get more fear. If you choose to remove a negative trait, it'll remove all of them, or discover a trait for your people when you get there. I might have to do a teleport. Because I don't have any negative traits, so.
It'll do.
Ooh, so that's right now. I'll have to do 2 combats, but that's fine.
If you want something done right, do it yourself. My power is absolute.
It's not my head, but it'll do.
Nice. Make sure I don't see any. Alright, combat. Now, if you look and you see that number over the symbol, that's how many waves you have to fight. Ooh, I can get 64 souls. And I'm about to run to a very soul heavy. I'm about to run into the Grim Reaper in a few battles. Or I can get skills. I'm about to get skills anyway, so we will attack directly.
I'm terribly sorry, but it seems your time has come.
What game are we playing?
Who should I kill?
And then
Hunger!
have him do the provoke. Oh yeah, that's fun. Who has the lowest? You do, priest.
Oh?
Who should I kill?
It seems I got carried away.
Who should I kill?
Okay.
What game are we playing?
Darkness makes me stronger.
One dead.
It's hard. power is my imagination.
I'm listening, Master.
Who should I kill? You may go. On guard!
What game are we playing? Mirror, mirror, who shall die tonight?
Who should I kill?
I'm parched. I feed in the darkness.
It couldn't have ended any other way. Scream as loud.
Alright, and now we're going to go over here.
Their time is counted.
Alright, well that's cool because we're not going to that Grim Reaper, so we're good.
By dawn, these lands will be mine.
Alright, we need Ruse and Stealth. And she'll be doing that. The Sanctum Lumen's men are inside the walls of Becton, preparing to submit the villagers to the question. They are convinced there are several witches in the area, and they're right. Okay, so this is the witches one again. So
Something done right, do it yourself. The only limit to my power is my imagination. So
we're gonna get the people out.
These
They give
relics
me
will
another
only make
item.
our conquest more bloody. Perfect.
The holder earns 20 max SP and 4 physical damage, reducing reduction during combat, but lose 10 max hit points in the form of traits. Each time the holder receives healing, all disciples gain +1 physical damage, or the sticks. After each combat, recuperate 4 Diabolic Essence, but the Fountains of Sticks no longer heal the devil. So we're going to do dog tags. Ooh,
It's not
we got
my
green.
head, but it'll do.
He got discreet. That's nice. We got an extra bonus power up right there.
Really? It's for me?
When I give, I get.
I'm not really using Twist of Fate that much. We're going to go ahead and get rid of it.
I am pleased with these offerings. Take them.
And we're gonna get another wicked cast. All right.
Many humans lie dead among the roots of these trees. I quite like this place.
All right. So we can do Terror in Effect in 5 nights, which would be way up there. 2 skills for 2 waves. Or one wave, 32 souls. We're going to set up the ambush. We want the 2 skills.
I'm terribly sorry, but it seems your time has come.
Alright, first one is not that bad.
What game are we playing?
Oh, really? She started with that freaking thing?
Who should I kill? Hunger!
Yeah, she started with Aegis on. So she's able to just shrug stuff off for the first few turns.
Anything back? I'll do likewise.
Okay.
I'm parched. Your end is near.
Who should I kill?
What game are we playing? I want to dance.
Anything back? I'll do likewise.
I'm listening, Master.
Hunger!
Dirt taste.
Keep
You're
filling.
going to
I need
love
more
it.
souls.
Oh, this isn't good for the home team.
What game are we playing?
I'm listening, Master. I feed in the darkness.
Okay, not good for the home team.
What game are we playing?
Hunger!
I'm going to. Okay. You're going to love it.
Who should I kill?
I'm listening, Master. Here I am, ready again.
It couldn't have ended any other way. Choose
All
quickly.
right, 2
Evil
skills.
will not spread by itself. Choose quickly. Evil will not spread by itself.
Ooh, we're going to fully power up this.
With that, the humans will finally submit to my yoke.
We'll do Deadly Gash to get a ton of bleed. Alright, and now we're going to go up here. Talk to the Grim Reaper.
Simple mortal trinkets.
He gives me the more powerful Mirror Blade.
Conductor of souls. All those innocent souls I harvested will finally be of use.
The Ritual Dagger is not bad. It would slowly just make him harder and harder to kill. I think we're going to do this one. And we're going to do this one. Okay. I really need a Styx to power up. But we're heading on to the next story.
Hillocks and fields as far as the eye can see. My disciples arrive at the sanctuary. There they discover a priest who no longer preaches. He tells them that he took part in the creation of a monster, who then returned to dispossess him of his inspiration, Caleb. We offer him a chance to take his revenge on his creature. He accepts. My disciples, on the pretext of making a trap, take one of his hairs and ask for a fragment of Caleb. He gives them a bit of the wood used in his making. The two elements of the ritual secure inside the puppet, my disciples and the priest go their separate ways. The latter leaves for the town of New Florentine to find Caleb, and my servants set off for an abandoned farm.
Ooh.
The nightmare is only beginning.
Going into that zone will get me 60 souls, and the other one will get me a bonus thing. We're going to go for the souls, because I might be able to get something.
Their time is counted.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff here, so we're going to have to make sure we go to
I'm surprised any humans were able to survive the fetid vapors of this swamp.
Ooh, Sacrificial Altar. We'll head here real fast.
Sacrifice to dominate.
We're going to go ahead and accept this.
I am pleased with these offerings. Take them.
Now he's fully unlocked. That will also give me the, there's an achievement for doing that. I've already gotten the achievement, obviously, but it will unlock the relic that you're supposed to unlock for that, so. We're gonna go see the Grim Reaper.
The Conductor of Souls finally deigns to show himself. Don't make him wait.
Mirror of the Damned. Increase any acquisition of souls by 20%. That's not bad. We cannot get the Lunar Dial, which gives you +1 max AP. We're going to go ahead and get this for him. And we'll get another one of these. So with one more, we can power him up. Alright. I have to go in this one.
I hate fields. I'd love to see them burn.
Alright, we need occultism. And this will power up her physical damage. Your disciples point out a charlatan stand. They think they sense a real relic mixed in among the useful spaubles. A horde of mortals is attracted to the stall like bees to honey. You can't be sure if it's the traces of magic in the air that fascinate them, or if they're really stupid enough to believe the lies the charlatan is feeding them. Bloody Mary eyes the charlatan's trinkets with interest. You can curse them, seize them, or just identify them. We're just going to identify them. Should succeed. Yes.
Scream as loud as you can.
After a quick scan of his stock, Bloody Mary is certain that the powerful artifact has found its way into the lot. The charlatan has no idea what he's got his hands on. So I know for a fact there's something there. I can seize it or I can curse it. We're going to seize it. Sees all the charlatans good. The terrified mortals take off running, but he doesn't get far. Your disciples use the impromptu chase to try out her new toy. In seconds, the charlatan's body has been annihilated.
For my disciples.
So the war horn will actually work really well. If all 3 of my disciples go in the same turn, they all get +2 damage permanently for the combat. Along with if I don't recharge, I get it too. And the Crown of Omniscience gives me 4 skills instead of 3 when I get skills as rewards. We're going to go to the War Horn, so we just keep a much larger, just constant impact going.
Really? It's for me?
Now, I have to go this way. Now, this is random. It can be anything when I get up there.
You shall not leave until all the mortals in this region have bowed down before me.
Ooh, it's a Grim Reaper. That's not bad.
Ah, a conductor of souls. All those innocent souls I harvested will finally be of use.
Nothing really important, but it's cool that it's there. And so now we're going to Styx Fountain,
The dead sleep lightly around here.
We have an event here. Let's do the event. Ooh, that'll give her spiritual damage and we're going to do this one, but your disciples go to a dilapidated cemetery where a Sancta Lumina priestess is rumored to be carrying out magical ceremony to connect with the dead every night. Her ceremony gives grieving humans one last chance to communicate with the spirits of their loved ones. In this way, she has brought peace to many distraught loved ones and given hope to an incalculable number of mortals. Her mere existence is a threat to your plans. Her rituals must stop. Grief is a crucial moment of despair in the lives of mortals. It is the moment in which they are ready to do absolutely anything to get their loved ones back, even selling their souls to you. A handful of curious mortals seeking consolation through her gifts have already approached Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary could try convincing her to invoke an evil spirit. I could kill her, let her invoke the dead so you can capture their souls, or trick her into doing a vengeful spirit. Let's do this.
Finally, fresh.
The priestess listens attentively to the human's request, then begins her visitation ceremony. The specter of the dead soon gather around her. It's a perfect moment for Bloody Mary to intervene by injecting some black magic into the priestess's ceremony. She ensures that as the spirits leave the earthly realm, they go straight to hell. Many innocent souls were sent to feed your power by the end of the night. Giving me another set.
Really? It's for me.
So, we're definitely going here because we need to get the
The sticks.
essence. We definitely need that essence. Now we have an elite fight before we go on to the next part. And because this is the next level, it's going to be even stronger.
When I give, I get.
No, he's got that. All right, let's see.
With that, the humans will finally submit to my yoke.
We'll do secret boot. And here we go, elite combat.
Heads will roll tonight.
Ooh, lot of spiritual damage.
Who should I kill? Hunger!
So we're gonna put that all in there.
Are we playing?
And then we end.
I must fall back.
So this isn't good for the home team.
What game are we playing?
Dead.
What's keeping you from ridding us of this vermin, disciples?
Oh, not good for the home team. Okay.
I'm listening, Master.
Who should I kill?
What game are we playing?
Okay, +2 damage.
I'm parched.
Now,
This makes me strong.
let's do this.
What game are we playing?
What's keeping you from ridding us of this vermin, disciples?
Ooh, this isn't good.
I'm listening, Master.
My power is invincible.
Ooh, that was close. That was really close. I need to hit a
These
couple of
relics
sticks
will
places.
only make our conquest more bloody. Perfect.
We're gonna get the ration coupon. So,
Country folk cultivate the soil, and I harvest. My disciples find the abandoned farm. There, using their own blood, they draw a network of symbols on the floor. When they have finished, they honor my name and recite the words of incantation. The puppet suddenly burst into flames, a long tongue of brown flame rising from the small wooden body without damaging a thing. In the distance, a cry rings out. We are close to making Caleb slightly more human, slightly more mortal. My disciples leave to meet up with the priest in the town of New Florentine. My influence is growing.
alright, so we are definitely going to...
These
And-
relics are potent enough to contain my power.
Okay, so if I get the Bloody Metronome, if Mary is able to play 4 skills in a single turn, she gets +3 damage to everybody else. Each time he uses recharge, Dracula gains +2 damage for this turn per skill he recharged. So, if I use his skill the way I do, that is massive power-ups. There's a lot of really good things in here. I'm going to do the war tattoos.
I sense many souls here. I must have them all. The waters of the Styx offer invincibility.
just about halfway. So hopefully I can...
Souls rotted with violence.
Alright. Ooh, no matter what, I'm gonna have an elite fight after this. Unless I do a jump. Because I need to get up here. So let's go up here and then we'll figure it out. Oh, that's also going to matter where we're going. Ah, this is one of those no matter where you're going. Nope, there's one place you can go where you don't run into the problem. So I'm going to have to teleport myself there. Alright, you need stealth, which gives me a little bit of everything.
Oh, that looks like fun.
As they come around a bend to the road, your disciples see one of the imposing statues that indicate the presence of a sanctuary. As they approach, they see the entrance is heavily guarded. What can the Sanctum Luminum be hiding inside? You intend to find out. Most sanctuaries are crowned with a statue depicting a waft, the ethereal beings that sometimes assist them. It is interesting that the sect chose as symbol its idea an utterly inhuman being devoid of emotion and intelligence. Points out an entry that isn't guarded on the roof. It might be possible to squeeze in between the old bell tower and the statue, but the descent would be risky. I have 80% chance of doing this. I think we got this.
More.
Yes!
Scream as loud as you can.
The climb to the roof is no problem and definitely negating the descent. When she touches down, she discovers an ancient book sitting on a pedestal. It's a sacred text that details the Sancta Luminum's 5 mantras. The book is totally unprotected. What should she do? Study the mantras or change the text? I'm going to change the text. Your disciple quickly alters the Sancta Lumina's text and leaves the way she came in. It will take your enemies a long time to restore the source of their magical knowledge, leaving you free to persecute the region unchallenged.
Screams of terror.
Ooh, more
Such
terror.
Sweet music to my ears.
The master is right to choose you for
Not
this
my
mission.
head, but it'll do.
Ooh, nice.
Really? It's for me.
Damn, same thing again.
Oh, that looks like fun.
Your disciples notice a violent argument. 2 scholars are having a heated debate in the middle of the road over the best way to create the Philosopher's Stone. The movements of the heavenly bodies is the only source of perfect incantary movement in the entire known universe. It is clearly the only possible solution. I'm telling you that the stars have nothing to do with what happens on Earth. We need a solid base of material elements to solve our enigma. And the solution, if you allow me, is found in the solution, my dear Henry. A precise mixture of substances will give a more convincing result than your ill-advised exotericism. Can barely speak. If the solution were as simple as a glass of water, we would have found it long ago. Not as simple as a glass of water, Henry, but as complex chemical process in which water is only a catalyst agent. The discussion is never ending. Two humans are blocking the road and won't move until they've created the Philosopher's Stone or die trying. Bloody Mary could help them settle their dispute. I could kill them both, or I could take one of their sides.
I don't like this situation. Let's change it. The only limit to my power is my imagination. Scream as loudly.
The astrologer draws some exoteric symbols on the ground, and Bloody Mary adds some more complex incantations. That should help them obtain the main ingredients for creating the Philosopher's Stone, human lives. Soon the symbols begin to glow with a greenish light as two humans, racked by spasms, sink to the ground. The ritual is ripping the very essence of life from their body. That's how the stone acquires the power to confer eternal youth. And it's not a relevant question of immortality that interests your disciple, but rather the raw power these human lives provide. Ooh, and we're going to power up Deadly Gash to be gold. Very nice. Confirm.
Take everything you can.
And because of the war tattoos, that's why I grabbed that.
Really? It's for me?
I shall reforge the world in my image. The only limit to my...
Ooh, Knights of Terror inflict on 2 knights, which would be there, or 108 skulls, or a new skill. I'm not having the best of luck with combat, so let's get some skills.
I'm terribly sorry, but it seems your time has come.
Ooh.
What game are we playing?
I'm listening, Master.
Who should I kill? You don't have a chance. You don't hold anything back. I'll do likewise.
Ooh, not good for the home team.
On guard.
What game are we playing?
Well, if I don't kill some people, I am going to lose.
What game are we playing? Dirt tastes like. Oh, You're going to love it.
I'm listening, Master.
There, that solved that problem. Ooh, so he's going to be healing.
I'm parched.
What game are we playing?
A short respite is in order.
Okay, so now he's going to be doing health.
I'm listening,
So
Master.
I'll have to cut your head off.
I'm listening, Master.
alright, he's vulnerable, so... Okay, so...
What game are we playing? Mirror, mirror. Who shall die tonight?
Couldn't have ended any other way. With that, the humans will finally submit to my yoke.
Alright, let's see what's in this. Oh boy. This isn't good for the home team.
Heads will roll tonight. Hunger!
of it.
Oh, this is fun. All right.
What game are we playing?
You may go.
I'm listening, Master.
And unfortunately, this might be it.
Letting me, disciples?
Yep.
Do you want to feel my wrath? Evil is never vanquished.
And
It's
it was a
nothing
good
more
run,
than a slight
but
setback.
unfortunately, unlock these skills, and relics will appear in following books. Mental warm-up for the Headless Horseman, Hell's Bizarro, and Killing Spree for Bloody Mary. Also, the Necronomicon, Predator's Reflexes, and Death to Traitors.
You don't know how to choose your entourage, Master. Let me take things in hand. Only a true lady knows how to spread evil to perfection.
The White Lady, a great banshee. So, defeat is an interesting concept for mortals. No one and nothing can resist my will, not even destiny. If it doesn't take me where I want to go, I will twist it until it yields. Now then, where were we? So,
The more I spread terror, the more my disciples will gather around me. I must continue.
we of course have the White Lady now. And her big thing is a lot of spiritual damage. That is really where she shines. And she can put a mask on and do different attacks with her mask.
That
If you go here and you go into achievements, we got the Portal Enthusiast, complete a chapter without visiting the same type of zone more than once, which gave us the relic, the Hell's Bizarro. Double the damage inflicted to enemies, but -2 max AP. Bloody Mary, I killed your baby. Inflict 80 damage to a single target, which gives me Killing Spree. Apply 2 bleeding. Apply 6 split spirit. And +3 damage. It's a massive boost for her. Quake and Fear Mortals, inflict 200 damage in one turn to get the Necronomicon. At the beginning of each turn, reduce the AP cost of one of the holder's skills to 0. So you can do your most expensive skill for nothing. Leader of the Pack, recharge 10 skills in one go to get Predator's Reflex. Apply 1 Presence of Mind, +6 SP inflicted by all skills. Reduce 1 AP of the cost of depleted skills. And if Dracula is in the vulnerability state, this will actually be used twice. And Virtuoso of Death, finish 5 turns in a row with the vulnerability status to get Death to Traitors. Inflict 2 times 12 to 14 HP and 2 times 12 to 14 SP. And if he's in the vulnerable state, it'll actually use it twice. And I was almost done with Grim Reaper's Coin, which is globetrotting, complete 12 events in one book. I got 9. I need 3 more. Complete 15 different events to get Terror in the City, to get the Ouija board. Visit 15 zones under Terror in one book. I got 8 out of the 15. I need 7 more, but that would have given me Death Standard. 5 more Sacrificial Altars to get me Martyr, which for the Vial of Blood. And we haven't done any of those. So, alright. Well, this was a good run. I'm going to go ahead and call it right now. But we will definitely pick this up. And probably sometime next week. Yeah, I'll probably do this next Sunday too. I had a lot of fun doing it. But thanks everybody for watching, and you can catch this. If you came in here late, you can catch it on YouTube. Talk to y'all later. Bye.